What's good, Humbl3 Fam? How about y'all come on in? Let's have us a visit here on the Humbl Show. I am Grant Fletcher, joined as always by my co-hosts Moonbeam Hallows and Brandon Cox. Everybody, how do we feel this week? How are we doing?
You know what? I'm doing pretty cool.
I feel all right.
Feeling good? Doing okay? Good. I like that.
Feeling all right.
Yeah.
How you feeling, Grant?
Can you hear? Can you tell?
You still dealing with that snotty snoot?
It's the seasonal crud. You know, it's crept in is what happened, and I've been dealing with it all week. So what happened is as well, because I've been dealing with that, and then last night I had my weekly trivia gig, so I was talking for 2 hours, and then like one of my two best friends in the world it was his birthday last night, and so,
Josh.
Yeah, Josh. Who's going to
Shout
be
out
coming
to
with
Josh.
us. Yeah, shout out. Happy belated to Josh. It'll be like a week removed by the time we see this.
Happy birthday, Josh.
We went to the local arcade bar, B Arcade, and I spent 2 hours yelling at pinball machines after that. So, I'm feeling pretty a little ragged right now, like as far as the voice goes. But you know what? We're going to power through for the Humbl Fam. That's what we do.
Always.
So it's called the arcade?
It's called the B Arcade. Get it?
Oh, okay.
Because it's Baton Rouge Arcade.
Okay.
So
I like
arcade.
that. Yeah.
I like that too.
And it's
I was
great
thinking about
because
opening a coffee shop called the Coffee Cup.
the coffee.
What?
I don't know.
That's
I like
the sort of like
how
naming.
you're like, all right, I'm gonna start talking, and then a pun's gonna come out at some point in time, and it just never arrived.
I'm sorry.
That's the sort of like naming scheme that you get for like businesses in the South. Like I'm sure that like every hour or so within that radius, you have like a hair salon called Cutting Up.
Yeah.
That's just how things are named in the South.
We have a neighborhood not far from me that's called Sherwood Forest, and all the streets are named after like Robin Hood-y type things, you know?
Oh,
and there was
cool.
a barber shop on Little John, and it was called Lil John's Barbershop.
I'm sure that a lot of Crunk fans were very disappointed.
That I don't know. It looked like it was a very crunky, in a good way, I guess, type of establishment. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
As much as crunky can be a good way, I guess. I don't know.
Okay.
Its time has come and gone, but I don't know. The remnants are still around. It's still good. It's still doing okay.
The South still owns hip hop. Yeah.
You're right about that. You know what? We won't concede on owning hip hop. And if you think otherwise, I mean, feel free to drop a comment below, but we might school you on that.
Yeah.
Maybe.
So I want to say this because, I don't know if it's been made clear or not, but we drop hints on this show from time to time. We talk about things that could be coming up. I mean, that's why you listen to the show, wherever you're listening out there. If you're on YouTube or your favorite podcast app or whatever, but because I even said a couple episodes that Biloxi might be of interest to the Humbl Fam out there.
Lo and behold.
Wouldn't you know it, all of a sudden there's a show in Biloxi
Yay!
coming up in May.
Mm-hmm.
Biloxi's getting a new festival. Yeah, I'm real excited about that. We've already got 2 guests announced as of right now, and it's going to be fun. Memorial Day weekend, so.
Yeah, that's going to be rad. May 25th and 26th, Southerners Fest going on. And like you said, we got 2 guests announced already, like first day. We have John Ratzenberger, who was in Cheers, which I think y'all dropped the hint that that's who it was going to be whenever you first announced it, because you used his picture and you're like, where everybody knows your name. Like, it's just like, you're going to go to the place where your people are. And you're like, oh, by the way, John Ratzenberger is here as well.
Thought that, Greg, that was an announcement.
That's good. Yeah. Was it like, oh shoot, now we have to book John Ratzenberger because we use his And also,
glad that worked out.
Also, like every Pixar movie ever as well.
Oh yeah, he's someone mentioned that he is Pixar's good luck charm.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, he's definitely Pixar royalty.
That sounds right to me. I mean, it's that's pretty dope. I'm really excited to have him there and be working with him. And then we also announced Julie Benz, who has been in a lot of things, but I think most of our Humbl3 fam out there would probably recognize her as Rita from Dexter.
Yes.
At least, Moonbeam's like, oh no, she was in Buffy. Yeah, she's about to come through the screen.
Angel, yeah.
It's come through the screen and punch me in the throat.
Listen, I loved her as Rita in Dexter. I love her in Dexter. She was, oh my God, that was the episode that was the worst. But no spoilers.
No spoilers on Dexter.
No spoilers on Dexter.
All right, fine.
No spoilers on Buffy either. But
you said it. We'll leave it there. Whatever. It's all good.
I love Julie Benz, and I've met her before, and she was rad then, and that was 10 years ago, and I cannot wait to meet her again.
Bet she's still rad.
I bet she's still rad. Yeah.
Oh, this is gonna be our first time in Biloxi.
Yeah, I know it.
I like Biloxi.
I'm really excited about that. We love Biloxi. Don't sleep on Biloxi, man.
I'm gonna break out my alter ego, Ricky Big Bucks Biloxi.
Okay.
While we're down there, everybody knows Ricky. I ain't never been in any movies, but done a few lines.
I was explaining Biloxi to Dylan Playfair, who was in Letterkenny as Riley, one of the hockey players, and I was like, "Have you ever been, or do you know anything about it?" He's like, "No." I was like, "It's basically." Well, it's a casino town on the beach. I mean, I don't know if there's much more to know about it other than, I mean, it's a lot of fun. And what you do is you go over, if you're coming like from my way, you hit Bay St. Louis first, and you hit all the little shops there in the beach town, and then you just take the beach road all the way to Biloxi after that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's a good time.
Yeah.
I think I might have mentioned this in a previous episode, but from my understanding, the margarita that is there is the best Margaritaville ever.
We did talk about
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we need to go get us some loaded Coronas over there.
We absolutely do. And we need to pay their humongous arcade there a visit.
Yeah. Yeah. They've got the whole like obstacle course type thing, the ropes course or whatever up there too, I believe.
Yeah, I got to hit a ropes course.
Yeah. If there's one thing that I'm itching to do, it's the ropes course, just so you know. I got to show off for everybody.
All right.
It's going to be a good weekend. I'm real pumped about it, y'all. Go to souternerdsfest.com for more info. Southern-Nerds, just one N in Southern-Nerds. All
one
Southern-Nerds.
Southern-Nerds, yeah.
And then also for Preserve Halloween Fest, we announced Lar Park-Lincoln going to be joining us.
Yeah, what did you think about that? That was pretty cool, huh?
Yeah, a little last minute.
You didn't know that was going to happen, did you?
That was a deep cut because she's been in so much stuff.
Yeah, man. Snuck that right in. Right
she's
under
not
the
like she's not like one of the people that comes to mind immediately when you think of Scream Queen. So like I think all the real like deep horror fans are going to be excited about that one. That's pretty cool.
Oh yeah, all the posers can get the out.
All right, we're bleeping that one out, I guess.
Yeah.
But you get the idea.
Sorry, I forgot where I was.
Yeah, we're visiting with the fam right now. We can't.
Yeah, you gotta.
Sorry.
No, and then also we announced that I'll be hosting trivia on the Saturday night after the show is over.
It's trivia.
The show is not over.
I'm really excited about this.
That is on Saturday, right? The 18th.
Yeah, man. Look, I called Grant yesterday, and I was like, "Hey, what you think about having a free event on Friday?" And he said, "That's dumb because that would be in conflict with or competition with ourselves."
Yes, yeah. Well, I was like, we are promoting an event at the Alamo Draft House on Friday, which means we would have dueling events going on across the parking lot from one another.
Yes. So
and you're like,
I immediately was like, "Oh yeah, you're right. We are doing that." So we're gonna do trivia starting at 8, and then after trivia, you can just go on over to the karaoke that's gonna have started at 8. That's going to midnight.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, you'll get to do the best of both worlds. And we're going to have a cash bar. And so bring some cash.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be a good time. We got DJ Big Bear.
All right. How long do we have the building for on Saturday? Is it till midnight or just till 10?
Midnight.
Nice.
Till
So we can
midnight.
just party it up.
You got trivia till 10, unless
That's okay.
Yeah.
And then I'm basically just gonna structure it like my trivia night that I always do. Because I've been doing trivia at Preserve for every year, since we've done it. But in like kind of it was just in the panel room, so just little bite-sized games. But now I can do a full game, which is going to be really fun.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to have gaming going on too. I mean, it'll be free play.
We had gaming last year. Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, it wasn't going on during, because last year we would do the movie over at the convention center. And then after the movie, everybody would come over to the Westin and do karaoke with us.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a little different because now we've got, we can have a movie going if we want to.
Keeping it all in the same venue.
Not real sure if we're going to do that because I really want people to either be in karaoke or in trivia, and they can, or they can go do gaming.
Well, it's whatever happens, however they want to do it, it's going to be a party either way.
It's going to be a lot of fun.
And, this is our last episode that we're going to be releasing before Halloween proper, which means that all the last of the Halloween parties are, before the actual night are going to be going on this coming weekend. And so we want to do our part, Humbl3 Fam, to help y'all set the mood and make sure that your Halloween parties are successful. So I sent out a message yesterday to Brandon and Moonbeam, and I was like, hey, here's what we're going to do. Y'all each think of a few songs that we can put together to create like an awesome Halloween party music playlist. So I think I was like, just put them all together. What we're going to do is we're going to all just kind of put all of our songs together. We're going to eliminate all the duplicates, right? And then with everything left, we're just going to try to whittle it down to like what we think are the top 10 songs for a Halloween playlist. And then after that, I mean, I think it's up to the Humbl3 Fam to decide how it ranks and how it feels. You know what I mean? So we want to hear from everybody after we go ahead and put that out there. Leave us a comment on social media or down below on YouTube. It's going to be a lot of fun. So who wants to go first?
Brandon, don't you only have like a handful?
Yeah, I have a small handful, but I feel like I'm gonna blab a whole lot.
Yeah, I only have like 5, but yeah, go for it.
I like a blab.
Okay, all right. So here's my list. Now I feel like much like every assignment that's ever been assigned to me, I feel like I did it wrong because I kind of I didn't think about the party aspect really until now. If people go to my Halloween party, they're not gonna want to ever come back to another one.
Okay.
I just chose like the most like basically like the songs that scare me.
All right.
From the acts that just not well. You know what? I'm going to stop blabbing because I need to get to more blabbing.
Okay.
So my first song is a song called Release by Connate. And this band deals, they're like an avant-garde metal band, and they deal in just absolute minimalism. The riffs are very sparse. The drumming is equally as sparse, and you hear a whole lot of the ambience. You hear a lot of the strings being kind of swept, a lot of like side percussion, and it's all very creepy. But the vocalist, which I really should have looked up his name prior to this, I believe it's Alan Dubin. And his voice, I feel like a lot of vocalists, no matter how wretched and tortured they try to sound, at the end of the day, they're looking to, be cool about it. Alan Dubin sounds like he is not having a good time. At least he sounds absolutely tortured. He sounds just absolutely wretched. It's just nothing but like fry screams, and it sounds terrifying. Like it just really hits you. Like it's really just tortured the way that his vocals sound. And this song Release is just about death. There's a line in it. It's like, well, how does it go? It's like, it doesn't matter. I'm because like, you know, and that's going to be like a big thing with these other two songs, and that I'm not going to talk too much about them because number one, I'm going to, me with my silly goof boy voice, I'm just going to like, my description is going to pale in comparison to what it actually is. Okay. So I'll just leave it at that. Okay. The song is Release. The band is Connate.
How do you spell that?
It's absolutely terrifying. It's the most visceral song about death that I know of.
Konate?
Khanate. Connate.
I knew there was no way I was going to guess it right. All right, what else you got?
So my second pick, and I'm going to be even more succinct about this one, Diamanda Gallus, The Litanies of Satan. Okay. Most of Diamanda Gallus's albums are either completely a cappella or are accompanied by very sparse instruments. And her voice, which I think I read prior to this, is an entire 3.5 octaves. Her voice is used in ways that no other artist uses their voice. Not to slight her in the least, she is just the most terrifying banshee I've ever heard. Her shrieks and her shrill vocalizations are just terrifying, and she always has a message behind her music, and I'm not going to say the message here because it's just going to, with how silly we are, it's just going to slight the seriousness of it. But it's terrifying, and there's a reason why it's so terrifying. The song is The Litanies of Satan, and the artist is Diamanda Gallus.
Okay. I put it down. What else you got?
The last song I have before my honorable mention
okay.
is Black is the Color of My True Love's Hair by Patty Waters. Patty Waters released her debut album, I believe, Patty Waters Sings, either in 65 or 66. And I can't imagine what a listener listening in 65 or 66 thought of this album. The entire A side of the album, it's a vocal jazz album, and the A side of it, it's her being accompanied by her own piano playing, and it's some of the most heart-wrenching, lonely songs that one could imagine. Some of the song titles are Moon, Don't Come Out Tonight, Why Can't I Come to You, I Can't Forget You, You Loved Me. Just these heart-wrenching, sad ballads. And then the B-side, it is the last song, Black is the Color of My True Love's Hair, is the entire B-side. And it's a cover of a traditional song. Nina Simone did it the same year, but Patty Waters does it in her own way, and in a way that's never been done before. It starts very slow. She sings it, and by the end of the track, she's screaming, she's howling, she's having an absolute breakdown. And in this 60s vocal jazz album, she is just wailing away, and just what I can only guess is just absolute heartbreak. But to hear it is one of the most eerie things I have ever heard in my life.
I think
sounds like a party, man.
Yeah. If nothing else, if none of those songs make the list, I think the Humbl3 Fam out there has a lot of cool new material to check out. But you had an honorable mention.
I have an honorable mention, and I just found this song today. Steve Wilson's "Get Your Groove Back." I know that sounds like I'm trying to make a foil here. And in a way I can, because I think a lot of what I just described was not fun Halloween, but more morbid, terrifying, soul-crushing Halloween. But Steve Wilson's Get Your Groove Back. I am a big fan of outsider music. Music that, despite the fact that it is made by someone who is unskilled, and at least by traditional means, but it sounds interesting and entertaining in the end. Steve Wilson's album, which is also called Get Your Groove Back, it is a soul and R&B and doo-wop album, and it is backed by the worst MIDI tracks I've ever heard in my life. It sounds like he had literally no idea what he was doing, and by God, bless him, but Steve Wilson is not a talented vocalist, especially in the face of these atonal backing tracks. But in addition to Get Your Groove Back being backed by just the worst music possible, the lyrics are what I can only describe best as creepy uncle lyrics.
Okay.
Just to give you an example, like age is only a number is a line said in that song, and it's just all of it separately is very entertaining, but when you get the lyrics, the vocals,
just
and the instrumental all together, it sounds very eerie and unnerving. So that's, yes, Get Your Groove Back by Steve Wilson. That's also the name of the album. And this is the only time I've ever seen this on an album. There's a bonus track on that album. The bonus track is also called Get Your Groove Back. And he just copied Get Your Groove Back in the middle of the album and put it at the end of the album and called it a bonus track.
And that's it. Yeah.
And that's it. So you have that song twice. It's not an alternate cut. It's the same song twice. He included one song in the album as a bonus track.
You know what it sounds like Steve Wilson is missing? A signature harmonica sound.
God. I would have taken it.
Well, we've got Brandon's list here. And we'll see, Brandon. We're just gonna have to lean on you to help us figure out if it fits in with the rest of the list, I guess. But Moonbeam, what's your list? Tell me what we got here. You got like a bunch.
All right. Well, I mean, I've got like 2 hours worth of songs.
Okay.
But I'll give you my top 10.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. No One Lives Forever by Oingo Boingo.
Yeah.
All right, there we go.
I play that song. I put that song on Facebook every October 1st. Like at midnight.
That's good.
I've done that for the past, ever since I've had Facebook. All right. Number 2 is kind of like, but I want it played.
Okay.
I want it on my playlist, and it's AFI's cover of Halloween.
Yeah.
That's good.
Number 3, these are not in any order, by the way.
That's fine. Yeah. Mine are.
Omar the Vampire. Omar the Vampire by the Hamburger Brothers. Y'all know that song?
I do not.
Omar the Vampire.
Is it like
I've never heard
Werewolf Bar Mitzvah?
Huh?
Is it like Werewolf Bar Mitzvah?
No.
That's a 30 Rock reference.
Yeah, no, I know it is. It's not like that. It's
Hey, can I derail it real quick to
yeah, man.
So you know Werewolf Bar Mitzvah?
I do.
By Tracy Morgan.
The 30 Rock
crew. My son fell into a quarry.
But you know it's not Tracy Morgan on that song.
That's a shame.
It is Donald Glover, Childish Gambino, doing a Tracy Morgan impersonation.
Well,
who was the writer on that show?
And if you listen back to the song, you're like, oh yeah, that's Childish Gambino doing Tracy Morgan. Yeah.
That's a talented mofo right there.
It's like spot on too. Anyway, sorry, what were we saying about
No, that's good stuff, man.
Omar the Vampire?
Number 4 is Marie Laveau by Bobby Bear.
Okay.
And I don't know if you guys know this.
I love Bobby Bear.
Yeah. I don't know if you guys know this, but that song was written by Shel Silverstein.
Yep, he wrote a lot of his lyrics.
Yeah. Sure did. Number 5, Season of the Witch by Donovan.
Donovan.
Yeah.
Number 6, Dracula's Wedding by Outkast.
All right.
Yeah.
Number 7, She's My Witch by Kip Tyler. Number 8, this should be number 1. Henry Hall's Here Comes the Boogeyman. Y'all know that one, right?
I don't
know
believe
that
so.
one. Here Comes the Boogeyman.
Oh yeah. You'll know it when you hear it. Number 9, Somebody's Knocking by Terry Gibbs.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who is blind and female, which I didn't know for a long time. No idea.
I thought this was a member of the Bee Gees.
No. Terry Gibbs was a piano player, singer, songwriter. And
type, if you will.
I mean, you can say that.
Okay.
You can if you would like. And the last one, I'll have to go with Love Like Blood by Blitzkid.
Oh, a little bit of Blitzkid. Yeah.
Because why not?
Here was one that I was 100% convinced that you were going to include, and that's
I bet it's on my list.
Get Down Goblin by Jan Terry.
Oh no, I don't have that one on here.
Oh, but you know what I'm talking about, right?
I do.
That's
I do not have it on here, but I do have Go to the Graveyard by the Deadlines.
There we go.
You guys remember them? They were signed to Tooth and Nail Records for about 5 seconds.
Yeah, a lot of bands were signed to Tooth and Nail Records for 5 seconds.
Yeah.
They took a chance on a lot of bands, but you know,
one of my favorite bands, Frodus, was to my knowledge the only secular band that they ever signed.
Really?
I wouldn't say that.
At the very least, the earliest, because their album came out in like 96 or 97.
God, I remember I dated a guy in college that had like this big free candy van, and I remember he had a Frodus sticker on the back of that thing.
Hell yeah.
All right. Check it. Here's mine.
Let's hear it.
My first one is Dracula's Wedding by Outkast.
Oh, hey! But that's definitely on the list.
And the backup vocals, it's got to go on there. In fact, we'll just say that that's on the list. I've got 5 total here. My next one is Big Black Smoke by the Kinks.
Okay.
I went with some things that had just kind of like a driving beat that didn't go too hard. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
My next one is one by a band that I don't really care for a lot of their music, but I do like this song. It's called Final Girl by Churches.
I love Churches.
Okay.
Or is it
I love that band.
Honestly, I don't it's not like it comes on and I'm like, ugh. It's just like I've listened to their stuff and I listen to it and I'm just like, it's just, I see why people like it. I just don't, it's just not for me, you know. But I do like that song a lot, Final Girl.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Also, Every Day is Halloween by
Ministry.
Yeah. It was like a band that did their career in reverse almost. And then The Killing Moon by Echo and the Bunnymen.
Ooh, a good one.
The Bunnymen.
So, I got some things that are kind of like weird on there. I felt like, but we got to whittle it down. And like we said, we'll go ahead and just throw on, Dracula's Wedding because it's a duplicate and it made the list, I think. So, top 10, Dracula's Wedding. So we got 10. If you had to each of you say, like, this is the song that I'm going to fight for on my list, what would it be?
Oh, I got a few. Go ahead, Brandon.
Give me like your top song that you're going to fight for.
So, I'm only just now realizing in retrospect how wrong I went, because not only is every song that I chose just dreadful, but they're all like 20 minutes long.
Well, we established in the last episode that your job is to bring everybody down, right? Let's watch Grave of the Fireflies and just chill.
Yeah.
But no, okay. So I mean, what do you have a dark horse? Do you have a last minute substitution you want to throw out, or what?
Absolutely not. I'm sticking with my choices.
Well, what's the one then? What's the one that's got to go on?
I mean, Steve Wilson's Get Your Groove Back is the shortest by leaps and bounds, but it's probably going to be the one that even though it's eerie and uncomfortable, it's not going to really fit.
Okay.
That was just one that I found today that just made my skin crawl. I'm split between Diamanda Gallus. Because number one, I feel like more people should really know about her. And then Connate, mostly because I never thought that I would say this, but I feel like Connate is the more stomachable choice here, even though it's the most just a visceral song about death that I've ever heard.
Well, look, while you mull over which one you got to have, I'm going to go ahead and say Final Girl by Churches probably makes it too, because I think Moonbeam backed me up on that one.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, we'll put that one down.
I'm going to fight for No One Lives Forever by One Go Boingo.
No One Lives Forever. I think that's a good choice. I really do think that's a good choice.
Classic.
And I'm definitely gonna fight for Here Comes the Boogeyman by Henry Hall.
All right, look, I've got them. I'm trying to number them here as we go, and I'm gonna see, because we'll try to just whittle it down right now. So we got 3 on here right now. Here Comes the Boogeyman. I'm gonna go ahead and put on there as well Henry Hall, so that'll make number 4. We can kind of go over 10 if we just want to try to whittle a couple of them down as well. What do you think, Brandon?
You know what? I'm putting my foot down, mostly because a lot of this song has some really, in addition to it being soul crushing, a lot of very creepy ambience in it. Yeah. In fact, that's the majority of the track. Released by Connate.
All right.
Final answer.
Final answer says, I'm looking here. I think I think it's kind of hard to argue with Season of the Witch by Donovan.
Oh yeah.
What do you think, Brandon?
Absolutely. I mean, it's a classic. I mean, it's always great to have a hippie boy making a creepy song.
I kind of think, man, I kind of want The Killing Moon by Echo and the Bunnymen.
I think you should. I think you should.
I feel like
I love Echo and the Bunnymen.
I think if we're trying to go with a weird Halloween-y playlist, we should have that on there somewhere. It's a little bit different. All right. What else do we think? What else do we like specifically? Do I need to read any more off?
I like
here?
all mine.
You know what?
I know Moonbeam likes all of hers.
You know what? Does everybody, Grant, I don't know if you're familiar with Jan Terry, but Get Down Goblin by Jan Terry. I'm going to go ahead and throw that in there. I lied. I did have one of
my had a dark horse.
Yeah.
Jan Terry, Get Down Goblin. All right, cool. Should we put this list together on Spotify and put in?
Yeah.
I thought that's what we were like.
Let's do it. Let's see.
As I mentioned before the cameras started rolling, I made sure that no matter how weird my choices were, that they would be on Spotify. Because let me tell you, I wanted to include some real weird stuff that will it'll always be stuck on LP or tape or CD and never make it digitally.
All right, let's make it.
I've already got mine. Mine's already a Spotify playlist.
Oh, I know. Yeah, I know you already have yours out there.
Yeah.
Well, okay. Look, so here's the deal. We have like 2 slots left. We got to fill them.
Oh, well, I can fill them. Son.
I know you can fill them, especially.
That's a line by Randy Big Bucks Biloxi, if I've ever heard it.
All right. Well, look, what do we think, Moonbeam? If you had to pick one more and you were going to kill all the rest of your darlings, what was it going to be?
Oh, man. I mean, like, it's a party, though, right?
It's a party. It's a party.
It's a party. Then AFI's cover of Halloween.
When you said it's a party, right? I knew you were going to go there.
Yeah.
It's a good cover. I like it.
I do too. I like it better than the original.
I like AFI. All right, cool. Brandon, if you had to pick one more off of either your list or mine, what would it be? Do you need any?
So we included that Echo and the Bunnymen.
We did. So I have left that has not been taken: Big Black Smoke by the Kinks and Every Day is Halloween by Ministry. And then, of course, anything off of your list as well, or any other dark horse you might be thinking of rattling around in there.
Al Jorgensen is an absolute menace. I mean, if it's up in the air and it's like, hey, Brandon, what you want?
Yeah.
The Litanies of Satan by Diamanda Gallis.
All right, I'm putting it down here.
So now
I'm going to go ahead and read off the list, and we're going to see how we feel about it. Going into the end of it here to see if there's anything that's going to drop off or be replaced or whatever. So number 1, we have Dracula's Wedding by Outkast.
Yeah.
Song track 2 is Final Girl by Churches. Then we have No One Lives Forever by Oingo Boingo. Here Comes the Boogeyman by Henry Hall. Release by Connate. Also up next. Number 6, Season of the Witch by Donovan. 7, The Killing Moon by Echo and the Bunnymen. 8, Get Down Goblin by Jan Terry. 9, AFI by Halloween. And 10, The Litanies of Satan by Diamanda Gallis. How do we feel about it?
I'm feeling pretty good.
That sounds like
I think
party.
it's a solid list. Here's the thing. If you look up like on BuzzFeed or The Chive or wherever, they're not going to have this list.
No,
I mean,
they're not going to have
will after this episode because those
they're gonna
those
gonna
clowns,
take it.
those clowns scour the internet and just take it.
Somebody needs to burn this.
Yes.
For us on a mixtape.
Yeah, somebody put this on a CD for us. So I can play it in my car. I think I do have a CD player in my car. I haven't used it in years, but it's there. So, all right, cool. I think we got a pretty solid list here, and I am getting the signal to wrap up as happens sometimes when we're just having a really good time. But I do have trivia. You want to play some trivia?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So, do y'all remember year of premiere? Do you remember how that one works?
Yes, I do believe so.
Okay. So for the Humbl3 Fam out there who may have come into the party late, welcome. First of all, thank you for being here. We're having a good time. Make sure you tell your friends about, look, if you really want to help out this show, honestly, like you hit the subscribe button, of course, but just tell a friend. You know what I mean? If you really like this show, tell a friend, send them the link, send them our social profiles, whatever. That's really the best way to help us out. Let's help us grow the Humbl3 Fam. Let's do some more fun stuff.
You can also buy a ticket to the shows.
You could buy a ticket to the Preserve Halloween Fest.
Oh, yeah.
To Southernerds Fest, to Kayfabe Fest. Louisiana Comic Con's coming up in March. It's going to be dope. It's going to be
sure
fun.
All
It's a
those
really good
tickets
time.
are for sale right now, and they're low priced. Like they're
yeah. Everything is like, all those other
cheap.
shows have like the early access pricing going on right now too. So check those out for sure. If you're thinking about it, go ahead and do it now. So year premiere, y'all, we're gonna be the person. I'm gonna name a show, and then you each take a turn guessing what year you think that show debuted, and then the closest without going over is going to get a point. I've got 4 of them here, so you'll each have a couple shots at getting one right, and then a tiebreaker just in case.
Cool. Who's going first?
So, who wants to go? Who wants to go first? You pointed at
I think Moonbeam saying that she wants to go
Brandon.
first.
Okay, Brandon.
Who?
In what year did Buffy the Vampire Slayer debut on TV?
Are you kidding me?
She's so mad she passed it off.
You know I'm going to get this wrong, and Moonbeam is going to get it right.
I mean, I may not.
Well, that's why we're giving you first go at it, I guess.
96.
96. All right, Moonbeam, what do you think?
97.
97. That's what you're going.
Because they graduated in 98, right?
97. Okay.
Or 99.
Did they? I don't know.
Yeah, I think they graduated in 99, so that was season 3, so it would have been 97, but I'm not 100% on that.
Wow.
97.
I can't believe this. It's
I got it wrong.
1997. No, it's 97.
Okay.
I was just trying to talk you out of the right answer.
Yeah.
Okay, look. Let's try something a little different, okay?
The Weather Channel.
Moonbeam, I'll start with you on this one. Yeah, the Weather Channel. When did that debut? Hey, they show movies. They show Twister now.
Oh, dang.
Moonbeam, in what year did Tales from the Crypt debut?
Oh, man. Yeah.
John Kassir?
Oh,
Is he still doing shows?
He did one. He did Mad Monster Party in New Orleans.
Okay. Look, I got a story about that as related to the Preserve show that I'm gonna tell at the end of this game. So y'all stay tuned to the end.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, what year Tales from the Crypt?
I don't know. 87.
All right, Moonbeam says 87. Brandon, what do you think?
88.
88. Okay. Brandon gets a point because it was 1989 was the year. Yeah. All right, Brandon, in what year did the X-Files debut?
93.
93. Moonbeam, what do you think?
Seth Green was a teenager.
Yes.
At one point.
At some point in his life, he was a teenager. That's correct.
I don't know, 90. Let's say 94.
All right.
No.
Huh?
I'll go with 94, but I don't.
94.
Yeah.
Okay. It was
later.
93. Brandon, right on the money. 2-1. Brandon with the leg kick. All right. Let's see. We started with Brandon last time. Moonbeam.
Bombing out here.
Did no wait, is it Brandon's go or Moonbeam's? Yeah, Moonbeam, I think. In what year did Twin Peaks debut?
Oh. Man. 1990?
1990. Brandon, what do you think?
If I get more specific, can I get the point?
I don't know. I don't know what you mean by that.
Twin Peaks debuted the day I was born, April 8th, 1990.
He went. Let him have it.
Oh my God, that's right.
Yeah,
that's right. Point to
Oh my
Brandon
gosh,
taking
yes.
the game. Jeez, wow. Look at that. Wow. Okay, you know what? Tell you what. All right, so Brandon has taken the game because he gave me the exact day and everything.
Yeah.
But just as a redemption shot, Moonbeam, just to see, when did Dexter debut?
Oh, let's see. No, wait, don't tell me. Shoot. 2006?
Okay, Brandon, what do you think?
2005.
All right, well, it was 2006. So, Brandon, you've taken the game, but Moonbeam, you didn't walk away with egg on your face. Nicely done. So, check it out. This was my, so last year at the Preserve Halloween Fest, we had Eddie Munster there. The original Eddie Munster was there. Butch Patrick. And that weekend, I happened to show Moonbeam and a couple other people that I Think You Should Leave sketch, where it's like the driver's ed course, and like she's like, the lady's like, it's like she rents tables, you know, or her job is tables, and it's like, it looks like Eddie Munster jumped on my table and threw him into a mud puddle. I don't want to give it away. Look, if you've never seen it before, just look up I Think You Should Leave driver's ed, and you'll find it's a very funny sketch. But
you showed that to me, and then like the next week, Austin Bates showed that to me.
Oh, really? That's great.
Yeah,
well, yeah, because it kind of links back to us in a way, so that's why. But so he's there, and Moonbeam's like, "Oh, you should tell Butch Patrick about that." And I was like, "I don't think he's gonna get it." Because it is like very much a very specific kind of comedy. And she's like, no, you should tell him. He'd love that.
Yeah.
Whatever. So I go over there, and at one point in time, I do see him, and I'm talking to him, and I'm trying to kind of explain it to him. And he's got this look on his face, like he's smiling, like he's being nice about it, but I can just tell he's like, I have no idea what you're talking to me about right now, and I can't quite get into this. And I'm thinking to myself, like, you know what? I could have just lied, Eddie Munster. I could have just lied to me. I could have just told her that I told you, and you thought it was hilarious. I didn't actually have to come over here and do this. It could have just been a story I made up.
So he didn't care about it.
I don't think it wasn't that he cared. I just don't think that he didn't get it. You know,
listen, it was funny, but it was funnier the second time somebody showed it to me.
Oh, okay.
Because of how funny they thought it was.
What you're saying? Okay, got you. Because I was going to say you didn't think it was funny when I showed you. Because
it's like that
Grant doesn't know what's funny.
Look, it's like that time. I don't remember who it was. It was either you or Brandon. Showed me the skit about the water steaks. And
that's probably Brandon showed you that one. Yeah. But that one's good too. The sloppy steaks.
Yeah.
Steaks.
Yeah.
I can't stop it from getting
how
a glass
kid
of water.
thought he was just what was the kid thought he was a real piece of crap. What?
Yeah.
What was it? Yeah.
Yeah. You think this is slicked back? This is pushed back. No. So anyway, I still like that show. It's great. I think we got everything in that we needed to get in. Everybody, did we miss it? What did we miss? We told all the news and notes and put together an awesome banger of a Halloween party playlist.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
Played some trivia. We talked about the Preserve Halloween Fest coming up, man. What did we miss? We missed all of you, the Humbl3 Fam out there for, because we're just talking out there at you, so it's going to be great to see you whenever you actually do make it to the Preserve Halloween Fest or whenever you make it to, Kayfabe Fest or Louisiana, whatever, you know what I mean? So when you come out, make sure you say hi. We'd love to talk to you and see you and just kind of
make sure you come out to the Halloween Fest. It's going to be so much fun.
Yeah,
it's a good time. It really is. Don't sleep on it.
Well, look, y'all. I think that's everything that we could do on this episode. Make sure you hit subscribe if you have not already. Hit the like button, hit the notification button. You know the drill, everybody. And look, we'll see you back here next week for another episode of the Humble Show. But until then, stay humble.